Oh, look at that. I pressed the thing and started it early. Oh, man. Whole, like, half a minute early, dude. Hey, Aunt Marta. I gotta do the goddamn show again, man.
Okay.
Okay. All right, here we go.
With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance. When the crowd gets fussy, when the floor gets dusty, when your blade gets rusty, with a chance, with a chance. When your room smells funny, when a hex takes your money, what's gonna save you, honey? Just with a chance, with a chance. All you witches and all your old magicians, it's time to start listening to with a chance, with a chance. With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance. With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance. When the crowd gets fussy, when the floor gets dusty, when your blade gets rusty, with a chance, with a chance. When your room smells funny, when a hex takes your money, what's gonna save you, honey? Just with a chance, with a chance. All you witches and all your old magicians, it's time to start listening to with a chance, with a chance. With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance.
Well, you're a mystic sister and you go through puberty. You think you might be pagan and you want community. You meet a sex magician who tells you how it will be, and he claims that the door is locked and he only has the key. He claims that he's an elder but he's only 33. He's got merry meat, he merry pot your legs to blessed be. He says you best get used to it, it's part of our religion. You think he might be full of shit but you're a trusting pigeon. He brings you to a circle and the priest gives you a shove-in. Says we like polyamory and lots of carnal loving. So if you fuck my friends and me, we'll let you in our coven. And if you want a family, we'll put one in your oven. Witch war, twitch law, witch war, bitch saw, witch war, bitch war. Is he a lady conqueror or just a soldier in a witch war? You think we get enough grief from Christian right-wing preachers? We shouldn't have to bite each other like some feral creatures. I hear there's trouble brewing with the Voodons and the Wiccans. They're sacrificing values instead of little chickens. And some folks scam the new age kids because they're easy pickings. A bunch of pagan characters right out of Charles Dickens. I thought being pagan meant we all should get along, and that every path has value and there is no right or wrong. But every time there's power, there are always those who grab it. Someone comes along and takes a whack at Laurie Cabot. Some other fool shoots back like Elmer Fudd out hunting wabbits. They end up coming off like Lou Costello and Bud Abbott. Witch war, kitsch store. Witch war, niche de jour. Witch war, switch roar. You know I ain't no carnivore, ain't got stomach for a witch war. I know a couple women who were married to each other, and they were polyamorous, and soon they found another. And then a jealous friend of the third woman's exes started raising bad juju and casting nasty hexes. So everyone found out just what power over sex is, ripping at each other like Tyrannosaurus Rexes. So free from harm must only be the law, and if you've got got a problem with that sticking in your craw, then maybe you're a power monger trying hard to squeeze us. And you will not be welcome here until your witch war ceases. And everybody must be free to do as he, she pleases, no matter if they follow Satan, Buddha, Bob, or Jesus.
Witch war, rich war, witch war, snitch war, witch war, bitch war.
Try to make life a chore, try to draft us in a witch war.
Witch war, are you a big predator? Witch war, tell me what's it all for? Witch war, hey, who's minding the store?
I can't take it anymore, better quit it with your witch war.
Widdershins Radio. We heard the Daryl Halmore Orchestra with the Widdershins theme and his version of the Low Key Coyote classic Witch Wars.
Yes.
Widdershins, radio for your spiritual side.
Yep.
A twisted approach to the left-hand path and all the paths in between. Mm-hmm. Our little tagline that we forget to say most times, but here we are, back again.
It's your little tagline, so I never remember what it is.
No,
the
it
twisted
was
approach to the left-hand path.
It was such
yada,
it was
yada,
like,
yada, yada.
several sentences long, and it just all fell away to just that. And kind of dwindled it down to just that.
I did?
No, we.
Oh.
I
I didn't see any we. Yeah, you.
Just sit there and look pretty. God.
It's not enough that I came up with the name of the show.
Okay. Well, at least, you did something.
Yeah.
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 I guess you guys can't see
You
the
wanted
looks
to
on our
call
faces.
it something long and stupid.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like stirring the pot of something.
No, it would have been a cauldron at least.
Yeah, we need like just one good strong word.
One good strong word.
Yeah,
Widdershins.
That's
a strong
my forte.
fucking word. It's a strong fucking word, even though,
Yeah.
Most of these baby witches don't know what it means.
Well, maybe now they can learn what it means.
Well, it's our job to, keep these things, these terms in circulation.
Mojo!
Okay, that's us yelling at the dog, which we spend most of our time doing. We're always banishing magic. No, Mojo, no, Mojo, no, Mojo.
Mojo, no.
Don't bark at the neighbors. They've been gone forever. Don't bark at them, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Today's show, the Digital Inquisition.
The Digital Inquisition?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You've been hearing about it.
Oh, yeah.
You've
have
been
your
hearing
little
about it.
Trials and tribulations on TikTok.
Well, that's just the thing. It didn't start with TikTok. It started with Etsy. And then it went to Square. And then now to TikTok. And when it went through Etsy, there wasn't a whole lot we could do. They came for us. Christians drove a lot of witches off of Etsy. And then Square came along, and Square would not let them process their credit card payments if they were associated with witchcraft. Oddly enough, we both have a Square account. That never came up. But at any rate...
Well, I wasn't practicing witchcraft.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But mine was.
Yeah.
Mine was. As a matter of fact, I'm still getting my Widdershins money through Square. I don't have a Square account anymore, but Gumroad is, paying me for my teaching through Square. So, but I think we covered it when it was first happening with Etsy. Seemed like a small little thing, but interesting little things going on in the world. And, me, of course, I've always been on the bandwagon of solidarity for witches. Solidarity with witches. We spend, like the song Witch War, we spend so much time fighting amongst ourselves when our enemy has not been defeated. That would be the church. Our mortal enemy from thousands of years ago is still there. They still hate us. They still have their mistranslations in their book where, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. And the latest is TikTok. The TikTok Inquisition. Now, those of you, if you don't know TikTok, it can be a lot of fun. But one thing that I've noted on TikTok, there doesn't seem to be any humans in charge of anything. It's an algorithm run amok. So we're free there to attack each other, attack others. And what's been happening on TikTok for, at least probably about 6 months when I first became aware of it, Christians are organizing to report the pages and videos of accounts associated with witchcraft and paganism. And all it takes on TikTok is several people to do that. You get it's a trial and error thing. They reject it a few times, and you just keep doing it. I reported an account like 15 times in 15 seconds, and for about a week, I got rejections. That they didn't violate community standards. They didn't violate community standards, and then one of those went through. And so, if you're on TikTok, or if you're not on TikTok, you should get on TikTok. You find me. Uncle Birch 2, because my main account was one of the victims of this war. It was 65,000 fucking followers. And now I'm starting over again. I'm now up to like 3,000 fucking followers. And then I've got Uncle Birch 3, And I got Witch School, WITCHSKEWL. So if you get on TikTok, follow me over there. We're organizing back. This has been happening for a while. Plenty of people noted it happening, and now we're using the algorithm to strike back. Now, before we even go into that, a little bit of history. Years ago, I believe it was in Drawing Down the Moon or some other book around the time period, but they did a census of pagans. Pagan used to be the umbrella term for all of our variations of our various religions, and it's fallen out of style, but I still use the term because I don't have a good umbrella term to cover us all. What was I saying? Oh, I didn't even know where I was going right there.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
Christians?
TikTok, Christians. I got totally sidetracked. Church. You keep me on track, but none of those tracks are algorithm. Thank you very much. Yep. You did it. You always come through.
Yep.
I always remember the top job listed amongst pagans. This is like, late 80s, was computers and computer programming. And then was medical. And then was law enforcement, oddly enough. And then down from there was military. Which it's not really a career. That's something you do on the side. But it could be said, pagans invented the internet. Pagans invented the early programs. It was a field that was dominated by pagans when it started. And I've often said, it's like maybe because it's of our mindset. So, have the kind of mindset where you take a portion of your mind, send it through a portal to end up in another world, a web page, another universe where only that stuff's happening in that universe, and traveling all over the place to various sites where only these things are happening. That seems like something bent for the pagan mind already. We already think of that. Like maybe that's why it made it easier for us. So at any rate, early computer programming was dominated by pagans. What we have here going on TikTok is just an algorithm run amok. And pagans can manipulate that algorithm too. All it takes is people to report those accounts. So you get yourself on TikTok and you follow me. And what we're doing is we're looking for problematic Christians. What I call problematic Christians are any Christians that are using their religion to be bigots, homophobes, misogynists, racists, and of course, religious bigots attacking pagans, attacking witches, that kind of stuff. You find one of those pages and you just go to one of their videos and tag me in a comment saying, @UncleBirch2. And I'll handle the rest for you. You play along too. It's really fun. It's become my video game. Right now, Uncle Birch 2 is in TikTok prison because of exactly that. And I'm going to be out in a couple days. But while I've been in TikTok prison, I've been able to inflict major damage on my enemies. And to this date, we really have only been doing this for a couple weeks now since we got organized. We've taken 5 accounts down. And probably the worst one and took the most amount of work was Kill the Witch 21. And they even had a video of a decapitated witch in like a pile of trash, where he said you've got to kill the witch or they'll kill you. All the flagging in the world, I never got that video taken down, but we got the account taken down. And it may just be temporarily right now. But then there's Wesley Follows Jesus. She was one of the first Christians I saw out there on TikTok attacking witches, and she said all kinds of horrible things. I think the first thing that caught my attention was that witches have more miscarriages than any other group, which is absolute bullshit. The majority of the midwives are witches. So that wasn't true. But Wesley Follows Jesus is a youth pastor who used her platform to attack witches pretty readily. She is now on her 4th account we've banned 4 of her accounts. You know, kind of like me, where I got Uncle Birch 2, Uncle Birch 3. Same thing. You know, happened to me, but it's happening to them. That makes me feel better. You know, they came for us on Etsy. Wasn't a whole lot we could do. They came for us on Square. Not a whole lot we could do. Now, we've got Michael Flynn running around, spouting his mouth, saying that the country should have one religion. I'm just going to let that hang there for a minute. That the United States of America should have one religion. One of the most anti-American statements I've ever heard anybody make. Absolute violation of the First Amendment. Absolute violation of the foundation of this country. One of the things that we're going to have to understand as this kind of crap goes on, the Founding Fathers, for all their faults, you know, there's plenty of faults, you know, they're, you know, slave owners and all that, but the Founding Fathers' belief was that we should be free from religion. Not so much freedom of religion, freedom from religion. Now, we've got to look at it in context. The Founding Fathers had come over here and they've been under the thumb of the Church of England. The Church of England was created so the king at that time could divorce his wife, the Queen, and marry his mistress. And the Pope would not give him an annulment. So the Church of England was created. And, you know, the Church of England, we get, you know, great things like the King James Version of the Bible and all that.
Well, he didn't just want to divorce his wife. He wanted to put her to death.
Yeah.
He got her decapitated.
Yeah. Yeah. It was,
Anne Boleyn.
Yeah. But the Pope wouldn't go for it, so he made his own religion. And so what we had is we had a king in control of the religion. That's what was going on in merry old England. That's still what goes on to this day in the Church of England. And the Founding Fathers wanted to be free from that. So it wasn't so much freedom of religion, it was freedom from religion. If you actually read the statements made by the Founding Fathers with regard to religion, and specifically Christianity, they called it stupid. They called it ridiculous. They called it the most mind-numbing thing that's ever been done to the populace. And, you know, words to that effect. So it wasn't so much, you know, we ended up with freedom of religion. But what they wanted was freedom from religion. They didn't want religion controlling things. Michael Flynn to come out and say there should be one religion in the United States is one of the most anti-American things that anybody ever said. But he's anti-American, so it makes perfect fucking sense. It's never been a Christian country. It's never going to be a Christian country. And Christians have been empowered. This happened through Trump. Bigots were empowered. Racists were empowered. Misogynists were empowered. Xenophobes were empowered. All of the darkest of our natures were empowered by Trump. And before that, religions didn't have the right to interfere with each other or attack each other in the United States. And I've been saying this for well over 4 years, and I'm going to say it again. The day that they won the right not to make a cake for a gay couple because it was a violation of their religious standards, the day that they won the right to have medical insurance in their offices not pay for women's reproductive health, because it would be a violation of their strongly held religious beliefs, was the day that the door was open for one of these motherfuckers to come forth and say that it would be a violation of their strongly held religious beliefs to force them to suffer a witch to live. That, after King James, is in their Bible. There is plenty of things to hold women down and keep women disempowered in the Bible. There is nothing about gays in the Bible. And the God in the Bible not only supports abortion, he actually has it as one of his rituals that is taught to the priests. Anytime that a husband believes that his wife conceived, a child out of wedlock. All it takes is for the husband to believe that, and then the ritual to cause a miscarriage is performed by the priest. So abortion is not anti-biblical either. Most of the shit that they say, like they won the right to discriminate against gay people, but there's nothing in the Bible that says they can discriminate against gay people or any mention of gay people, period, in the Bible. Now, post-King James, well, we're absolutely mentioned. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. It's fucking in there. And if you don't think that we've come that far, if you don't think that we've traveled that far down the rabbit hole, you must not have been paying attention, because we're a fucking heartbeat away from that. And now, our oldest nemesis is out there silencing witches on a public format on TikTok. And that's not going to happen on my watch. It's a lot of fun, y'all. You should join us. It takes a couple seconds to set up a TikTok account. Get over there, follow me, Uncle Birch 2, Uncle Birch 3, Witch School, WITCHSKEWL. These are some of my accounts. And get in on the game. We're organizing. We tag the problematic Christians, and then we all do what we're going to do. Now, of course, we're hexing them too, right? Yeah, we don't just play in the mundane. They tend to have a profile picture. They tend to show their faces. So we're organizing to hex them and to remove their accounts. Witches being silenced by Christians just can't go over easily. We can't let that go. We can't let this one slide. This is war. This is war. My own personal little war. Marta's not involved in it. She's not on TikTok and shit. But she hears me bitching about it all the damn time. This is our reaction. Like I posted in one of my TikTok videos about one of my other names, Feel Free. Activist, my activist name, my musical name, my stage name. One thing that people that dealt with Phil Free learned back in the day is you don't just fuck with Phil Free. He's not going to go away. And I'm not going away from TikTok. I'm going to keep making accounts, keep going to TikTok jail. Now, this kind of thing has come up on Facebook. It has come up on Instagram. I got one video flagged over there. But nothing like TikTok. I think, TikTok is probably going to be as rich or richer than Facebook any day now. But Facebook's at least like paying programmers to do their job and to program things. TikTok's just an algorithm. So probably a short show tonight. Not a whole lot to talk about except for this thing. But I'll rant about this thing even some more. But we will play you something, and we'll be back. Let me see. What am I going to play? This. Wittersons. We'll be back.
But I know Long ago in a dusty village full of hunger, pain, and strife, a man came forth with a vision of truth and the way to a better life. He was convinced he had the answer, and he compelled people to follow along. But the hunger never vanished, and the man was vanished, and the village dried up and died. At a time when wise men peered through glass tubes towards the sky, the heavens changed in predictable ways, and one man was able to find that he thought he found the answer, and he was quick to write his revelation. But as they were scrutinized in his colleagues' eyes, he soon became a mockery. Don't tell me about the answer, 'cause then another one will come along soon. I don't believe you have the answer. I've got ideas too. But if you got enough naivety and you got conviction, then the answer is perfect for you. Sits joking on his discharge, overwhelmed by industry, searching for a modern day savior from another place, inclined toward charity. Everyone begging for an answer without regard to validity. The searching never ends, it goes on and on and on for eternity.
News. We've spent a lot of the week watching the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. The jury is in deliberation as we speak to decide the fate of the soldier-playing whiny little white boy who had a breakdown on the stage, which apparently worked for all the Trump supporter types. And now I've seen others have called bullshit on that. There's no tears. There was no tears.
A lot of the
whole
people
fucking
defending him are saying there's no tears because he has none left from all the countless nights that he spent crying over this.
Yes. And while that was somebody, that's clearly been through a lot of trauma, trying to project her trauma on my page onto somebody else and think that, her situation echoes the situation of somebody else. I have had such tears and cried to the point where they would seemingly all be gone. And I always found more. Somehow, there was always more tears. I've never, run out of fucking tears. And I have had a breakdown like that kind of fucking crying. Snot comes out your fucking nose, man. There's tears all over your fucking face. You can't fucking control yourself. It's the most bullshit display I've ever seen. And the judge who should have been thrown out when he wouldn't allow the victims to be called victims, would allow the victims to be called looters, rioters, and arsonists, at one point evoked his religion. He said, something about the trial of St. Peter and how he was going to use his religious convictions to decide the case. Like I was saying a minute ago, that's the most anti-American fucking thing anybody ever said. It's the fucking First Amendment. God damn it. My God. The First fucking Amendment. All I care about is the Second Amendment. I mean, we even have a church of guns in this country now. He should have been thrown out. He should have been thrown out. And then Marta was just telling me that the judge was making some sort of remarks like maybe he'd declare a mistrial.
The jury today asked to review some of the videos again.
Yeah.
And the judge said, I'm granting this, but if the jury gets it correct, whatever the fuck that means, then fine. If it doesn't, there's gonna be a problem. So he's already saying that if there's only one correct verdict, even though it's up to the jury to decide what the correct verdict is, and if it's not in his mind, quote unquote correct, I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know enough about our legal system to know if he can overturn the verdict.
I don't know if he can declare a mistrial after they decide.
Yeah, or if he could declare a mistrial if he doesn't like the verdict. I don't really know what he means by there's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But it's like he just can't shut up and do his job.
Well, I know he spent so much time attacking the prosecution
before the
throughout
trial
this whole
even
fucking case.
Started.
Yeah.
Everybody knew whose side he was on.
Yeah. And, that's why it's good that, you have a jury trial. But I always remember, I did study law, and one of the first things that I was taught, if you're guilty, you get a jury. If you're not guilty, don't go jury. So, right away when somebody selects a fucking jury, I think they're fucking guilty nowadays.
Yeah.
Because, if you think about it, the judge would have decided everything. So was maybe a mistake for him to get a jury, because there's no way he can get off on all of the charges.
Well,
we probably won't get
already
justice.
dismissed the one charge that he had the most chances of getting convicted.
The one that was a clear violation.
The one when it was only a misdemeanor, but still he threw it out. He dismissed it. It was he, according to Wisconsin law, he could not legally have that firearm if he's under the age of 18.
Yeah.
Which is a, open and shut fact, but the judge dismissed it. So now that's not even on the table anymore.
That's just ridiculous. Well, and what we know from the whiny little white boy murderer motherfucker is he got an AR-15 because it looked cool. He says he was there to offer medical aid, but wasn't traveling around with any medical supplies.
We didn't see him running around with his first aid kit.
Of any
Why didn't
kind.
he render medical aid to the guy that he killed? He was already incapacitated. He could have rendered medical aid without fearing for his life.
You mean the guy that he shot twice while he was on the ground? That guy? The guy he shot in the back?
I
Guy?
think it was 3 times.
Yeah.
He
shot him 4 times.
The first time he shot him was in the pelvis, and the guy fell. So he was already incapacitated.
Mm-hmm.
And then he shot him, I don't know if it was 3 more times or 4 more times or 2 more times. But, he shot him when he was on the ground and not a threat.
And what we also know is he was there to protect a certain car lot. The owners of the car lot have no knowledge of his existence.
Yeah, they said they never asked
had
him
no
to do it.
association with him. And as I've said, although I did not serve, I do understand General Order Number 1. And if he, hadn't just been playing soldier and was an actual soldier, he would not have left his post without being properly relieved. If his post was the fucking car lot, we don't see him spend a whole lot of time in the car lot.
Yep.
We see some video of him hanging around with other dudes with AR-15s at the car lot way early, but he's all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
He's all over the fucking place, chasing people around and shit with his fucking gun. So there will, I'm sure there'll be like rioting and looting if we don't get justice. But You know me.
And
I think that's the right reaction.
Even if we do get justice, there's going to be rioting and looting by the other side, except they're going to blame it on, say, Antifa and Black Lives Matter orchestrated the whole thing to make us look bad. That's their go-to excuse from now on. So either way, Black Lives Matter and Antifa is going to get blamed.
Steve Bannon's been indicted, though not held. And he says he's going to go on the offensive. And,
we're tired of playing defense.
Yeah, and Biden ordered Merrick Garland to indict Bannon on the White House lawn. Nobody else saw that happen, but
even if it did happen,
exactly.
So
Biden could absolutely be directing the DOJ what to do, like Trump did. And none of them ever said a goddamn thing, when Trump was asking the DOJ to, find him votes and overturn the election and all that, it was totally okay for the DOJ to be his personal fucking army. Biden isn't doing that. Merrick Garland kind of had to because a grand jury indicted him. If Merrick Garland had not indicted him after the grand jury indicted him, there would have been fucking hell to pay. And I would have been delivering some of that fucking hell. I think it was a very careful way that they went about this. We never even heard that a grand jury had been convened looking into this. We usually hear that kind of stuff when a grand jury is convened. We didn't even hear about that. But the grand jury came, the grand jury forwarded the indictment, and Merrick Garland followed up on it. I sure wanted to see Bannon hauled away in handcuffs. I wish he hadn't turned himself in.
I know.
I wish he hadn't turned himself in. And they might have held him, too, if he hadn't turned himself in. He'd be like a flight risk or something like that, which I think he fucking is.
Yep.
But Bannon, part of what he hangs all of his hopes on is this bullshit declaration of presidential privilege. Is that the word I'm looking for? Executive privilege.
Yeah.
However,
he wasn't even working for Trump.
Yeah, he wasn't working for Trump, and a lot of the stuff that they want to talk to him about was said on Bannon's podcast. So there's just like no. I mean, there's no executive privilege, anyways. But it's a real far stretch he's trying to make to fucking invoke executive privilege, or follow Trump's attempt to invoke executive privilege. Trump's power to invoke executive privilege was in Biden's hands, and that's the way the system works. The new president decides whether he can invoke executive privilege, and the new president decided not to let him do that. So it's a pretty open and shut case, but Trump's managing to delay the release of some documents and shit. But it's a game. What else is in the news?
I don't even know.
Those are like the main things that happened this week.
Yeah, Bannon, Bannon, Rittenhouse, I don't know.
Nothing important, apparently.
Well,
Tucker Carlson's thing, I guess, aired.
Oh, God.
It's
apparently it's 3 episodes. You can watch all of them in 70 minutes. I don't know who's airing it or where or any of that.
Yeah.
They talked about it beforehand. I wasn't sure if it was going to air at all. But then they've been talking about it again like a couple days ago. So I don't know if Fox is airing it or who's airing it.
So basically, the insurrectionists are the victims, and they're being tortured in Guantanamo Bay. I can't even wrap my head around the rest of the bullshit in it. I personally, I think Marta might agree. I think they all should have been taken to Guantanamo. Absolutely. Yeah. That's where we take fucking terrorists. That's what it's for. That's what we have it there. There's plenty of room now. There's plenty of people been released from Guantanamo. Trump released them. So they can go back to Afghanistan and run the fucking country. I think they absolutely should have gone to Gitmo. I can get some waterboard and shit. The QAnon shaman's been convicted to 41 months. Mm-hmm. That's I think the stiffest penalty that they've
it's the stiffest one so far.
Yeah, so
there's
far.
Some other guy the guy who's got a brother in the Secret Service, who used to be on Michelle Obama's detail. Mm-hmm. I believe he got 31 months, which was the highest up until this one.
But then I heard somebody who like threw a chair at a Capitol police officer, and he got convicted to like a number of weeks in prison. It's like, how for assault on a peace officer? Really?
Yeah.
That's all you get for that, huh? Wow, might not be such a bad idea. Shit.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, dear. Well, here on Widdershins, in the coming weeks, we're going to be talking about WitchCon. We did this last year. We're going to try and get a jump on it this year and not do it at the last minute and try and interview as many witches as we can from WitchCon. WitchCon Online's coming, man. February 18th to the 20th, 2022. Join the largest online magical conference in the world, featuring over 100 witches and conjurers. Well, I just got greetings from the Son of Light. Oh, that's going to be fun. From over 100 witches and conjurers coming to you by the live stream video from across the globe. Watch classes live and then watch on demand whenever you want. February 18th to the 20th, 2022, Brian Kane, Christian Day, and the Hex Education Network present WitchCon Online, featuring over 100 classes by over 100 witches and conjurers from across the globe, ready to share their time-honored wisdom and witchery with beginners and advanced practitioners alike. WitchCon Online presenters are the preeminent masters of the magical arts. And hail from across the rainbow spectrum of occult and spiritual practices. Registration is limited to 1,000 attendees. It includes all live video classes, rituals, performances, as well as access to recordings of every class after the event has ended via our on-demand library, so you won't miss a single magical moment. Attendees and fans will love the live shopping in our virtual Vendorium, featuring powerful ritual tools, signed books, exquisite jewelry, and handmade spellcrafts. Our virtual meet and greet lets attendees and fans meet and chat with presenters live on Zoom. It's a great way to get to know your favorite teachers. And last year, we were all up in the virtual meet and greet. We were there all the damn time. WitchCon Online is live streamed through the Hex Education Network on Crowdcast, a web-based platform with no need to download the app. And since we're getting closer to it, the presenters for WitchCon 2022 include and are not limited to Brian Kane, Christian Day, A.C. Fisher Aldag, Alexander Cabot, Alexis Ariando and Eric Labrado, Angel Griffin, Ashley Mortimer, Baba Teddy, Carrie O'Crow, Laura Luella, Carrie Ewers, Carolyn Kennett, Carolyn Tully, Kat the Guard, Charity Bedell, Craig Spencer, Darday Velez, Debbie Laurie, Diana Rachel, Dr. Angela Puka, the Dragon Ritual Drummers, Eddie Massives with us last time on Widdershins Radio, Edu Scarfan, Elohim Lafar, Ellie Barnes, Ellen Everett Hopman, Father Sebastian, Fatima Mojibij, Maboj, Francis Billinghurst, Freya Bishop, George Mishev, Hugon Senjak, Jacques Crivateri, James Devine, Jennifer Medway, John Corvus, Judy Ann Knock, Kadrick Olson, Kenya Koviak, Crystal Madison, Lady Kate and Bob Teddy, Lady Rhea, Levi Rowland, Lilith Dorsey, Madam Z, Mark Necamp, Martha Moran Gonzalez, Michael Carell, Michael Herxes, Mr. Kelly and Mama Shah, Murerto Yamil. Well, hey, it's how are you going to pronounce it? Murrrtero. Muerto.
How I would pronounce it?
Yeah, right there, that dude.
Muertero.
Mutero. Duh. Over on Zell, Papa
Butchering all
Hector,
the names.
Pastor Phil Wyman, Patricia Telesco, Penny Delina Bedard, Patricia Finkler, Phyllis Currett, Priestess Miriam, Rachel Patterson, Raven Digitalis, Rebecca Spirit, Reverend Paul Barrow, Richard Blackcat, Sean Weil, Shannon Marie Joust, Star Ravenhawk, Cindy Bohem, Tara Sanchez, Taran S., Timothy Shaw, Tony Mizuski. There's whiskey. Oh wow, him really. Tanya Brown, Witch Doctor Utu, and Yeshe Matthews. Oh my God. I mean, last WitchCon was epic and off the scale, just like way too many people. But this WitchCon is going to be just beyond epic. Now, could that be you? Could you have your event plugged with such a dramatic reading as that upon the shores of Widdershins? You could if you pay us fucking money. Get a hold of us at Witch School, WITCHSKEWL, at gmail.com. And that could be you. You pay, we talk, pretty much like that. And that's about an hour right there. All right, so that's pretty much what we wanted to talk about. It'll be a short show tonight. Play a couple songs, get out there, get over there on TikTok, and join in our resistance to the Digital Inquisition. Find me at Uncle Birch 2, Uncle Birch 3, and Witch School. Again, we need solidarity forever.
Well, this is the longest session I have ever been in my life, and my voice is about to fall apart, so I'm going to sing the last one. Rather, we are. I bet if I was to make book right now about what that song was, I wouldn't make very much money.
You're right.
Which one is it? Well, all right. I mean, what that sounds. When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? But the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Is there aught we hold in common with the greedy parasite who would lash us into serfdom and would crush us with his might? Is there anything left to us but to organize and fight? For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. We stand outcast and starve amidst the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. All the world that's owned by idle drones is ours and ours alone. We have laid the wide foundation, built it skyward stone by stone. It is ours not to slave in, but to master and to own, while the Union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the Union makes us strong. They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn, but without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the Union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the Union makes us strong. In our hands is placed a power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of armies magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old, for the Union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the Union makes us strong.
of a fool do you think I am? Do you think I could be happy with this? Sometimes changes are hard to confront. Listen, and I'll be blunt. I want destruction. Destruction. I want destruction. Destruction. Change it around. Change it. Be careful with what you change. And always use wisdom in what you rearrange. For in this world there is good and there is evil. So don't mistake change for evil. You need destruction. Destruction.